Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of IGTV with me via Keywebco. I'm sitting here in the car. I have had zero sleep. You can probably tell by looking at me. I am so tired I can barely keep my eyes open. You might go, well, why is he whining about being so tired? Well, today is show 10 and I'm going to tell you why I'm whining about being so tired. I did something that I really had considered not doing. But I started doing the numbers and they line up finally. I'm talking about Shopify. Now, I had a Shopify for 3 years. I barely made enough money on my Shopify to cover its expenses and not really turn a profit. But it was additional income coming in. Well, that was a couple years ago, or about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I'm not sure exactly on the time frame. But I was paying $100 a month for software to control the inventory between sells, meaning if it sells on Shopify, adjust on eBay. If it sells on eBay, adjust on Shopify. I was paying $100 a year to do that, or a month to do that, plus the Shopify fee, plus all the apps and everything involved. It was about $180 a month that I was paying for Shopify and inventory control. Well, that all changed as of a few days ago. Nimble announced, and I used to use Nimble. I quit using Nimble because of the inventory software and all this stuff I was having to do, and it didn't work right. Not Nimble, the Shopify changed some things, and it didn't really, that software that I was using didn't really work right. Well, it worked, but not very well. So I closed it. Well, a few days ago, I get an email from the guy that runs Nimble, and he says, oh, guess what? You can now control inventory between Etsy, StoreEnvy, eBay, and Shopify. And I think that's the only ones. I only need it between Shopify and eBay. Well, it also has the import feature where I can move listings back and forth. It's my employee coming in, so you'll hear a little noise. So I can move listings back and forth between everywhere, actually. Nimble is fantastic. That's what I used to list with. Nimble is going to cost me $50 a month, not $100 a month. So I did the math with that $50 deduction, meaning for the inventory. Not only, see, I was paying $32 for Nimble and $100 for the inventory control. Now, for $50, I get Nimble with the inventory control. Hey, Nimble with the inventory control. And I have a Facebook store, Kick, Wanello, BuzzFeed. I pay them 5% if anything in my BuzzFeed goes. That's my employee's head. If anything in BuzzFeed gets sold. All that's through Shopify. I basically have at least 8 more search engines without even using, I'm not even done telling you what I'm doing, without even using the WooCommerce. See, I have WordPress sites that has WooCommerce in it. Nimble will also send my listings. It will not control inventory on WooCommerce, but I can get copies of my listings on WooCommerce, and I can choose which ones. So trust and believe, I'll probably only have maybe 4 or 5 items in my WooCommerce, but it'll be the items that have a very high probability of selling. By the way, who's bothering me over here is Harry Potter wanting treats. That's my dog. We're going to the cancer hospital. I go every day. Betty Boop is in the back and Harry Potter's in the front. Harry Potter's for one boy in particular, and Betty Boop is for the whole ward. Isn't that right, Harry Potters? You can go play with the cancer kids. Go play with the cancer kids. You being a good boy. You being a good boy. All right, playing with the dog. All right, so I have had no sleep. I set up my Shopify. Now, I have some observations about setting up Shopify. I set it up a long time ago. I'm still pretty sharp on those things because I deal with websites all the time. It's pretty easy for me to set it up. There's been a few changes, though, that are a bit problematic for me. I use Green Dot for most of my business because that's how I pay my employees. That's how I get my deposits from my direct deposits. Well, I'm going to have to stop that. I'm going to have to go ahead and go to a regular bank, which takes longer for wire transfers and everything. But Shopify does not pay you on PayPal. People pay there. They don't pay you there. They pay you on your bank account. And they won't accept the routing number for Green Dot anymore. So I have got to go and open a bank account today. People could buy stuff from me right now. I just wouldn't get paid for it. The money, well, that's not exactly true. You don't actually get your money when the people buy stuff on Shopify, not for a while. After you mail it, sometimes they transfer it, sometimes it comes once a month. You never know what they're going to do. So I have to have a bank account, which means I'm going to have a slush fund in that bank account. So I'm going to have to set that up this weekend. I'm going to try to do it today. If not, I'll have to wait till Monday. I can still get my products in there. As a matter of fact, I still have some Printful things left over from my old Shopify from years ago. Like an idiot, I went and deleted all my Printful products. I should have just left them there, because then I'd have 10,000 products in my store right now. Literally. Months worth of work I just flushed when I closed Shopify because I figured I wasn't going to use it. Well, that was a mistake. But I still have all those products available on Redbubble. But that's another store, and that doesn't go into Shopify. But Printful is in there. So there are a few items visible. If you want to check it out, go to Keywebco Shop on Facebook. The name of my Shopify store is keywebcoshop.myshopify.com. Now, if you go look at my store, you'll be able to see it, and you won't be able to see anything to buy, really. If you click on the catalog, you'll see a few of the Printful items. They don't come up in my collections. Those collections are all empty. They're just waiting for the eBay items to be sent over there. Now, this changes a little bit of what I'm doing. If you guys have watched me before, you know I talk about Hapino all the time. Well, I'm going to still use my Hapino and put all the products that I want, probably copies of everything, in Hapino as well. But I have a feeling that once Hapino's API is out, I will be able to link it in through Shopify or through Nimble. One of the two of them will work, I'm sure. I'll have to contact those two, but I know the heads of both companies. It should be no problem to get them in cahoots. Because basically after Hapino's API is out, it'll work for anything, Bonanza, anywhere. So I can use that CSV part, or I can have them link it directly into Nimble, which should be no problem. I know the owners of both places. And it's very easy for them to add another site. I mean, it's not that difficult. I mean, it is. I mean, there's a lot of code and stuff they have to do, but basically it's designed to work. So that changes future plans a little bit. See, Hapino, I was going to put all of my inventory in and then delete everything from eBay that makes me in excess of 1,000 listings. And I was going to leave all that in Hapino. I'm still going to do that. But where I'm really doing it now is in Shopify, because I have inventory control between them. It's much less work for me. So I'm going to put all of my listings in eBay in Shopify. Then I'm going to end 400 of those listings on eBay. Now they'll still be in all the other sites, but that puts me over my 1,000 listings in eBay. So I'll have 1,000 listings in eBay. I'll have 1,400 listings everywhere else. The ones I'm not putting in eBay are the ones that never sell. You know, the no SEO, high competition products. What I will save by cutting down the 400 listings in my store is pretty darn close to what my Shopify and everything is going to cost. See, in the past, it would have cost me almost $170 to do what I'm doing now. Now, it's going to cost me, there'll be a few bells and whistles I have to add. Let's say 100. So $75 basically cheaper. Back seat, buddy. Back seat, buddy. He was sound asleep. Back seat. All right, I'm on video, guys. All right, so I'm doing my Shopify. So if you go look at the Shopify and stuff now, you're not going to see anything very impressive, okay? As a matter of fact, you won't even see products for sale because there's nothing really for sale except for Printful, and that's not even visible. So I just did the work last night. That's one day of me working on Shopify. By tomorrow, I'll have it, the store and everything the way I want it. All the little bells and whistles added. Then I have to do the bank. Well, the inventory going in there depends on Nimble. They are supposed to clear out all my old listings from the old account. If they have done that, which they were supposed to have already done it. If they have done it today, they're supposed to have it done today. And trust me, I'll be on the chat with them continually until it's done. because that's the only thing I'm really waiting on. My eBay stuff could already be out there. So I'll get the Nimble count for the old listings and it cleared out sometime today. I'm already logged into it and paid for the month. So once they get the old listings logged out, then I just do an import from eBay. Then I push a button, and on Nimble, it's fantastic, guys. I can send those items to Pinterest boards. I can send them to Tumblr, all the different sites that I have, WooCommerce, Amazon, Etsy, anywhere I want. The inventory control, though, is just between Shopify, eBay, Etsy, and Store Envy. But that's sufficient. I have a Store Envy store. So I'm really excited about this because I did away with Shopify because the overhead cost was too high. Because I was making most of my money on eBay. But eBay's pootered out. I'm making more sales on Google searches than I am in eBay SEO. Well, Shopify directly affects my Google searches. Matter of fact, I used to make most of my sales on Shopify on Winello and Pinterest. Well, I haven't been getting any of those sales. And it was enough sales that it was paying $170 a month to cover the monthly cost and just a tiny bit of profit, no real profit. But now that the cost is under $100 for me to do inventory control and have the stores, I can do this. Plus, I should have significantly more sales based on percentage than I did in the past because eBay's changed. So, this is a big deal for me. It's a huge investment. Believe it or not, $100 is a huge investment for me at this time. It's a huge investment. It's a little bit of a gamble, but not much. Let me tell you why. Worst case scenario, I close Nimble. And I end all the listings. I end all the listings that are in eBay and just leave the Shopify listings there. And then I don't have to worry about inventory control. So if I'm not making bank in 6 months, everything you do, you have to give it 6 months. I can fund it for 6 months without making a dime. So that's what I mean. It's a big investment. When I say $100, that's $600. Okay. So I can fund it for 6 months without making a dime. If I look at the end of that 6 months and I'm close to breaking even, I don't even care if I'm making profit. It's volume of transactions I need. So if I'm close to breaking even in 6 months, I'll just keep it the way it is. If I'm not, then I'll end the inventory control and I'll end all the listings that are in Shopify that are in eBay. Then I don't have to pay anything. So that's the plan with Shopify. Now, I already can tell you flat out, I was very good at selling on Shopify before. Even with that high overhead cost, I was still making it. I closed it to save money, be more effective. So now I'm going to do very well. Another thing, my old Shopify never worked on Facebook. The Facebook store never worked. You can see my Facebook store sitting right there on the page right now. So, and the only items you're going to see in there are just like 11 items that I had left over in Printful. But once I do the eBay import to Nimble and then transfer those to all the sites, it's going to make a huge difference in my SEO. Another thing, I have a brand new site that accepts blogs. I have 4 blogging sites. I'm going to feed every single blog I have into that Shopify. Now, it's the wrong direction. For blogging to really be very, very good for you, you need it originally from the site you're trying to build. I'm building these other sites, but their leftover work is all going to be in there because, trust me, it'll still get views. So I have another use for Shopify. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's my IGTV with Me Via Keywebco show for today. Mostly, I'm just talking about Shopify. This was show 10. You can find all of my episodes at the Ads Me link, which I will be sticking in this video at the end. Look for me on Facebook. I do Facebook Live shows every day as well. Have a great day, and definitely check out my sites. You can go check out some of my blogs at What's Up. That's a Z, not a T. whatsuptoday.com. Then my newest blog site, which is totally different than anything I've ever done, is Writers That Inspire. All articles in there are original or will be original, and all articles are designed to be commercially productive. Not to get you to shop in eBay, not to get you to click on my affiliate links, but to get you to click on what will be AdSense in that particular site. That's writersthatinspire.com. I also accept articles there from other writers, and I have 2 publications where I can put those. Alrighty, guys, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to everyone again soon.